The universe is a vast and dark ocean. Within it drift countless wonders. Some are stars burning with ancient light, others are planets, great worlds of rock and gas. But there are also smaller travelers. We call them comets, icy wanderers born in the cold, distant reaches of our system. Cosmic snowballs, mixtures of ice, rock and dust. For most of their lives they travel in darkness, far away. Silent witnesses to the birth of our solar system, holding clues to our origins. The universe speaks through them if we learn to listen. Their journeys are long and lonely. Now let us turn our attention to a very special visitor. It is called 3I Atlas. The 3I in its name tells us something important. It means it is the third interstellar object ever discovered. Interstellar means it comes from outside our solar system. It is not one of our own. It is a traveler from the vast emptiness between the stars. This alone makes it incredibly rare and scientifically valuable. Most comets we see are our neighbors, born in the same cosmic cloud as Earth. But 3I Atlas is a true alien, a messenger from a distant, unknown star system carrying secrets from its faraway home. This object was first spotted in late 2024. Astronomers using the Atlas Survey Telescope in Hawaii saw a faint smudge moving against the backdrop of stars. At first it looked like any other faint comet, but as they tracked its movement, they realized something was very different. Its path was not a closed loop around our sun, it was on a trajectory that came from deep space and was destined to return to deep space. It was just passing through. This was a once-in-a-generation discovery. It gave us a chance to study matter from another star's neighborhood without ever leaving our own. Every comet that visits our inner system is a precious opportunity. What makes 3I Atlas so fascinating is not just its origin, it is also its behavior. As it got closer to our sun, it started to brighten just as a comet should. Astronomers all over the world turned their telescopes toward it, eager to learn everything they could. They measured its color, they measured its brightness, they measured the types of gas it was releasing. Every piece of data was a new page in a book written in a language we are just beginning to understand. The story it tells is one of a long, cold journey finally meeting the warmth of a new star. The excitement in the scientific community was immense. The first interstellar object, Oumuamua, was a mystery. It was small, it was dark, it was gone before we could get a good look. To find the truth, we must act like detectives. We need to compare the evidence from 3I Atlas with what we already know about comets. So let's start with a normal comet. As it nears the sun, its ice vaporizes, creating a fuzzy coma and tail. This process, called outgassing, is, well, pretty messy and unpredictable. Sometimes a chunk of the comet can break off, causing a sudden burst of brightness, followed by a slow fade. The comet's path can also change just a bit because of this natural jetting of gas. All of this is normal, expected behavior for a dirty snowball from space. Now let's take a closer look at 3I Atlas. It did brighten as it approached the sun, and it did develop a coma. But some of its changes in brightness were very abrupt. It also showed a slight deviation in its path that was tough to explain with just a simple outgassing model. The key question was whether these oddities were truly outside the range of what we expect from a natural comet. To answer these questions, scientists pointed their most powerful instruments at 3I Atlas. They used spectroscopy to break down its light into a rainbow of colors, which tells us exactly what elements and molecules are in its coma. They found signs of water ice, carbon monoxide, and other familiar volatile substances. There was no sign of strange metals, no radio signals, and no evidence of artificial heat. No radio signals, and no evidence of artificial heat. Furthermore, as we kept watching, 3I Atlas did something very comet-like. It began to break apart. In early 2025, high-resolution images showed that the single object had fragmented into several smaller pieces. This is a common fate for comets that get too close to the sun's heat and gravity. The icy glue that holds them together just fails. For an alien spaceship, this would be a catastrophic failure. But for a comet, it's a natural, though dramatic, part of its life cycle. This act of self-destruction was the strongest piece of evidence pointing toward a natural cosmic origin. Do experts believe 3I Atlas is an alien spaceship? The answer is a clear and simple no. The scientific consensus is that 3I Atlas is a natural object. It is, without a doubt, a fascinating interstellar comet. It forced scientists to double-check assumptions and look closely at the data. 3I Atlas wasn't an alien messenger, but it was a messenger. Final thought: it traveled millions of years through the frozen dark between stars. Its long journey ended here, where it put on a beautiful final show, then broke apart. We were lucky to witness it.